Hey, Comic Book Nation, BD here at Walker Stalker Con in Atlanta. The show goes on. I am with Mr. Colman Domingo, a legend, if you will, in the Walking Dead universe, as Victor Strand, the best-dressed man in the apocalypse.
I do what I can.
This is not your first Walker Stalker Con.
No, this is my maybe number 5 or 6.
So how has the experience been changing as Strand has grown with the show, within this fan base? How has the experience at these every year changed?
You know, I think that, first, I don't know, for some reason this Atlanta one is always the most exciting one to come to, because you get, everyone's here. And this time we have 10 Fear the Walking Dead cast members here, which is the largest we ever had. Usually we maybe do around 3 to 5 people.
Right.
But now it's but also there's so much love and passion for the show, and people are just so generous, and they're coming from far and wide. We have a lot of people here from the UK today. It's like I don't even know who's left watching, Buckingham Palace, because everyone's here. And we
just came from the Fear the Walking Dead veterans panel, and the people in the audience were from all over the place.
Yes,
they were asking questions, Texas, New Jersey, all over the place.
Our fans are from all over the world, which is, that's all AMC. AMC, we're like in every country. I mean, we're like in most countries, it seems now, really. And they're expanding now even more so into Africa and into Asia.
Wow. It's great. A huge global audience. It's really cool. But also, it's kind of a family reunion here as well for you guys from the cast member perspective. There's so many cast members who, it's the nature of the Dead universe. But we got to see with Kim Dickens again, everything. Do you guys keep in touch? Because we don't see her on your Instagram as much anymore, which breaks our hearts.
Right. Well, you don't see I'm very, when it comes to my private life, I'm very private.
Sure.
So Kim and I spend private times together.
Okay.
Not like those kind of private times, but private times like, having dinner and enjoying each other, going to each other's houses. And with that stuff, I actually don't really post, because I'm like, that's the special stuff.
That's
for
for
us.
you. That's
so Kim, Alicia, and I, we go to dinner maybe at least once or twice a month.
Wow.
We hang out, just go to each other's houses and chill. But we're still very close.
That's really cool. And also you have Frank Dillane, Mercedes Mason. Everybody was so close. How often do you guys all get to talk? Do you guys ever get together? Everybody?
When we can, but everyone's so busy. The moment,
which is a good thing.
Yeah, the moment we wrap, we wrapped in June. I saw Maggie Grace on the streets of Barcelona. We ran into, we sort of almost ran into each other in Barcelona, but we intentionally got together since we knew we were both there. Garrett Dillane was passing through. I was just in London, and I wanted to see if Frank was there, and he wasn't, but he sent me a video message with his friend, and he was just, as Frank would be, laying with the shirt off, messy hair, and looking so beautiful. But you don't even need the picture to know exactly what we have to picture. But he was very much, it's just we try. At least we send texts, videos, messages. We try. We're on the castmates with I guess on season 4 Fear. We're on a feed as well. We have different feeds. Season 4 feed, season 2 feed, season 3 feed. Honestly, we really do. Yeah. And sometimes we respond to it all or some of them. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, and the cast continues to change every year. You are one of the few remaining originals. So what is it like to welcome in? I mean, you have Jenna and Garrett who joined this year, Maggie who joined this year. Have they become a part of the family as quickly as everybody else did? They really have. And I tell you, it was that we were actually in some, I would say, difficult times, because it's very difficult when you have cast members leaving at the same time cast members coming in. And that requires a lot of, no one ever dealt with that scenario before. So while you're sort of grieving, and I think Alicia and I and Dillane were in the grieving process of leaving some mates that we were working with on a daily, while trying to be open to welcome in new castmates. I can tell you, I really, I'm very thankful for Jenna and Maggie and Lenny and Garrett, and the way they came in with such generosity and respect for what we were all going through. Yeah. And they were patient and loving and kind. And the same with my pal Kim and Frank and everyone. We had to meet it head on with grace, and with a lot of love and mutual respect, because that's the only way we can get through it. Because it's not easy; it's very tricky. I mean, it's just when people leave, it just seems like you're really losing somebody. Well, it can bring out
it's tough.
It can bring out the worst,
but then you get new.
Bring out the best of you.
Sure.
I think it brought out the best in all of us.
We are here in Atlanta, which is where The Walking Dead is shot. I know that Jenna Elfman, her as June Laura and many other names, but she went and visited the set of The Walking Dead. Have you ever visited the original show's set at all?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
You need to go get a tour.
Well, I don't know. I think it's always been important to me to maintain, I don't know, for me, and I think it's just different for every actor. For me, I like to be in the world of Fear the Walking Dead.
Sure.
And I honestly don't know a lot about The Walking Dead still.
Yeah.
Because it helps me as an actor to access our show in a very pure, authentic way.
Yeah.
To not know, like, so when Morgan comes over, honestly, I didn't know what he was doing with the stick. I had no idea. You know what I mean? But I think that's interesting because even as an actor, but the character, I'm like, when I meet Morgan and Lenny James, I just take him as I see him in the situation and the stakes. And so I can actually naturally be surprised by what I learn about him.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's just healthy for me.
It's smart.
I don't like to know so much. Maybe I think I'd like the idea for me to get to know the Walking Dead set the first time is when I'm directing an episode.
Hey, you did a great job directing a Fear the Walking Dead episode. If you want to be the next crossover behind the scenes, I don't think anybody's going to be mad about it.
I think that's what I like to do.
It's very similar anyway. I've been on both sets.
So
a lot
Scott
of
Gimple,
cars without.
That? I'm ready to direct The Walking Dead now.
Yeah, let's get him in there.
I did watch the first episode of this season of The Walking Dead.
Angela Kang as showrunner doing a tremendous job.
It was an outstanding episode. I think the tone, the feel, it's very cinematic. It was beautiful, and the performances were gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, they're doing such a good job this season. Now, I have to ask you this. This is a dark question, but if you were writing Fear and you got to choose, and this seems like it's inevitable for every cast member, but you got to choose how Victor Strand died, if it ever happens, and I don't want to see that happen. I'm not putting that into the atmosphere, hoping it happens. But how do you think would be a fitting end for your role?
Oh, that's a good question. I think a fitting way for Victor to go is the way sort of he lived. I think it would have to be done with pure class and joy and laughter and dark humor. I think that I'd be interested in seeing a different sort of death. Instead of it being a tragic death or a heroic death, I think it'd be interesting to see a more complicated, interesting death where you can raise your glass at home and say, that's the way Victor would have wanted to go.
I think it would be like a sacrificial death. I could see something like that.
I think so.
He's become a guy, which would really show his full arc, too.
I think so. I think it would have to be sacrificial. I think it had to be at his own doing in some way.
Yeah.
I think it's not like a horde of zombies coming after him, something like that. I think he would have to just really enjoy the moment.
That would fit.
And make the moment bigger for everyone, you know?
Yeah, well, I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. I don't want to see it.
Season 22.
Yeah, season 22. We'll be here talking about it every year for the next 20 years.
I'll be 70 years old when that happens, you know? I don't know. How old am I? I don't know what that is.
And so my last question for you, at the end of season 4, we saw the group kind of plant their flag, maybe plant some roots. Do you know anything about season 5 yet? Have they started that conversation with you? And if so, can you tease maybe what we can expect?
They did. They told me exactly. They laid out some groundwork for what we're going to do in the first half of the season. And no, I can't tell you anything.
That's 100% expected.
Exactly,
I know. But what you can tell me is that you have Assassination Nation.
Yeah,
you have a play going on.
Yes,
a lot of really cool stuff outside of Fear the Walking Dead that you're killing it with.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So if you guys watching, if somebody's in New York, go see the Donna Summer musical called Summer, the Donna Summer musical. I have a film coming out the end of November called If Beale Street Could Talk. It's directed by Barry Jenkins, who directed Moonlight. Me and Regina King play husband and wife. It's a beautiful story, James Baldwin, based on a James Baldwin novel. And I have Assassination Nation, which is in theaters right now, directed by Sam Levinson. It's dark and wild, and it's really, for our fan base in particular, it's awesome. It's out of control. Sam Levinson is a director to watch, you guys. And I also have some other things going on. I don't know. I'm about to go shoot a movie in Tampa, Florida called Zola.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'll be playing.
Are you directing or you're acting?
No, I'll be acting. I'm playing a very different character. You would never expect me to play this character. So
I love
Zola.
it.
I won't tell you anything.
He's Batman.
You'll be surprised. I'm Batman.